Hi and good morning, everyone. Today is like this whole week has just been tough to get through because there's so much as with the George Floyd situation and all the protests that going on, which I think is rightfully so. You definitely should do that. Um, be careful. Um, yeah, I don't even want to go too deep into that, but when you can go to my follow me on Instagram, that's what I chit chat about the world in which we are in, well, which we've been in, because this isn't something new. This isn't something new. But to follow me on Instagram at real seductive RILL. I get loose on there as well as Facebook. I don't even know my Facebook. Is it real nice? Real? I think I got too many people though. I got the maximum that they shot. Okay, so anyway, back to business. Jeffrey Epstein. Now I did a video on Jeffrey Epstein before, but after watching this goddamn documentary, if you haven't watched this documentary, and if you're planning on, I suggest you not watch this. It's going to be a little bit of spoilers in it, but if you don't have any interest in it, but still you can still watch it because I'm sure it'll be some points that I may not cover that may resonate more with you. So anyway, just watching the shit. The one thing I know that I've learned from this motherfucker is that he was a motherfucking sadist. He was a narcissist as well as a sociopath and a pedophile. Not forget that part. That's the man. I should have said that first. Pedophile. Pedophile. That's what that motherfucker was. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't know if I told you guys, but I do have a theory about men who are pedophiles. I think they all have little dicks. If they dick not little, they're insecure about their dick. Or it's like, badly constructed or some shit. Or that's just my theory about the shit. So anyway, as I'm watching this shit, I was just like, oh my God, this man was disgusting. Like all people who molest children are fucking disgusting or take advantage of someone in a poor environment or situation. And he used them, he give them monetary gain to get what he want out of them. But that is like the basis of a fucking pedophile. So, and just to hear the ladies' stories, oh my God, there was some ladies who had like really troubling backgrounds, like some people do, See, and also, let me tell y'all this too. Look, don't be a parent. Like, until you have like a strong sense of self. And I don't think that happens until you're like in your 30s and you still don't kind of got it really then. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of, you have like a grasp, some grasp. Because some people, it takes a long time, and it does. Because with life, we're experiencing as we go through life. So that's how we gain experience and get the gain to know who we are as a person. Like, although like we're born, and also we do have characteristics of who we are, but then again, there's all sorts of other shit that's around, like peer pressure and, just the environment that you live in, discrimination, racism, culture, like all types of shit makes up like who you are and the experiences that you encounter. So back to the thing, some of them came from like really disturbing backgrounds, and and like what everybody want on this and need is that motherfucking it's the mighty dollar. So this one girl, in instance, she said that somebody put her on. You can make $200 massaging this old guy. gross. And so she's like, okay. So she said she was doing that. Then he flipped over. Then this was his trick throughout the whole shit. He'll have them massage him. Then he massage his feet, then his back. Then he flip over and show his dick, and he started to like play with them. Um, and this one girl in particular was like, nah, that's not happening, or whatnot. And so he was like, yo, this not gonna work, but can you bring me some other people who may be? And then this girl became like his little his workhorse, and she said that she brought like 40 to 60 girls, young girls, to him. But yeah, but then the fucked up shit, because look, this motherfucker was a billionaire. That's how cheap this motherfucker was. You no good ass, stinking ass bitch. May your soul just, whatever happens in the afterlife, just may it just, because you were just a horrible fucking person. Why he gave all the girls $200, but this motherfucker was a billionaire. $200. Now, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I'm just speaking on the money sense, right? Like, this man has billions of dollars, and I'm not saying that that's the right thing. I'm just speaking as far as just the money aspect of it. That he only get, and he was a cheap ass. On top of all the shit that I list, and he was cheap as shit. Like, the shit was disgusting. Like, you mentally fuck these girls. Because once something happened like to you like that, like you're mentally fucked. You're gonna have like all sorts of trauma. You need therapy, or seriously. And he was just like, oh my God, y'all, he was disgusting. It's just gross. He makes me sick. I hate talking about the shit. But I'm glad that these women came forth and told their stories, because it was definitely something that needed to be heard. And also, on top of that, like I tell you motherfuckers all the time, you have to talk to your children about the value of themselves, regardless of whatever your financial predicament is as a parent. Of course, everybody want, like, I'm saying, you a young girl, you a teenager, you in high school, whatever, $200, shit, I go get my hair done, my nails done. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, you go buy them some sneakers or whatever the fuck the case. You gotta have some morals and have high values and standards for your motherfucking self. Like, bitch, like, mm-mm. And then that also just made me think, because it made me think about this one guy who, I just remember reading the story. Y'all know I'm seriously bad with names. He was in a poor area, and so this is what they do. They scout people who live like in these poor areas, and they walking by themselves. This dude was walking by himself. This man struck up a conversation with him, some white man, right? Struck up a conversation with him, and then he thought he was cool, whatever. He started buying them shit, taking them shit, all doing that shit for him. But he wasn't thinking no other way. At least that's, some people really do think that some people is just authentically a kind-hearted person, right? So I'm assuming this is what this person is thinking. Like, some people don't think or have that eye for when someone is out to get you. So he befriended the guy. He was taking him out. Then they went somewhere, and then he made his move. And one thing led to another, and the dude wound up killing him. And this guy was white. The guy, the pedophile was white, and the guy was black. And mind you, I don't know his name or nothing like that. Because I'm bad with names. I get so engrossed into the stories that names kind of just don't really mean anything. I mean, they do mean something, but I just focus on like the story. That's just how my mind works with them. So, yes, I just wanted to share that story. But y'all have to watch that motherfucking Jeffrey Epstein. Like, oh my God, you're going to see like a sociopath, a narcissist, a pedophile, and a sadist, and any other low-life, disgusting word that you can come up with. So then he had one of the girls that that he was fucking around with. And but yeah, sometimes like he would take them on trips and shit like that, and tell them that he's gonna help them gain their educational status and stuff like that. And he had this one island that he called, I don't care remember the name, what the fuck he called shit. Y'all know I'm not good with names. And that was a lot. That's where a lot of the shit went down. Bill Clinton, who claimed that he didn't used to chill with him, but yeah, there was a guy that worked there as his caretaker of the lawns and shit. Said that he saw that motherfucker there like 30 some times, as well as the girl said that he been there 30 some times. But they didn't say that he participated in anything or they said that they didn't participate with any sexual act with him, but he was there. But yet Bill Clinton said like he was only there like once or twice. Like, motherfuckers be lying like a motherfucker, yo. And I was like, what? You just can't trust it. And but it was another thing but y'all, you really have to watch it because you really gonna see. And I think it's gonna also help you with something I've always been saying. You have to talk to your children about sex and human sexual behavior. You have to talk to your children about having strong morals and values about themselves. Don't just like be easily taken because somebody gonna give you $200 or $1,000 or whatever the fuck, for their sexual perverted pleasures. Man, listen, this shit is fucking crazy out here. It really is. Like, and you really have to talk to your children about the shit. It's I was just like in disgust as I watched this shit. And then he wound up killing himself. But the one thing, so I definitely didn't tell you the whole thing, but the one thing that another thing that did stand out was when he killed himself. So, this man was a billionaire. Why days before he killed himself? These motherfuckers already knew what time it was. He had his will done, I think like a couple of days before he killed himself. What he did was put all his money and his assets in a foreign account or somewhere where the United States wasn't able to touch it. So where these women who he damaged mentally, physically, spiritually, wouldn't be able to get any of his money. If y'all don't tell me that, yo, just and then there was girls on there. Oh wait, and then another, motherfuckers, they stick together. Birds of a feather flock together. It was him, Harvey Weinstein, Woody Allen. That's another motherfucker who needs to go to jail. I don't know why he didn't. But then again, that's like white people's culture. White people who rape women and shit like that do like like months and shit like that, or get like a fucking not a summons or be put on probation or some shit like that. And then like this motherfucker was so calculated, he knew that shit too. And he was like, when he went to court and whatnot, and how of course he got money and influence, and people can be easily persuaded by that dollar bill, y'all. And got off, and he knew that the majority of the people who was considered soliciting prostitute, because they called these young girls prostitutes. How they prostitutes? No, but she's a pedophile. If y'all don't see the big picture that be going on out here in this life, like, you will forever be lost. Forever be lost. But check that shit out. I just wanted to point out a couple of pointers that was like, had me like, oh my God, like, look at this man, like, like, man, listen, y'all need to pay attention to people's vibes. Check how they treat other people. Like, look beyond. You know what I'm saying? Just because a motherfucker say that they like you or whatever the fuck, I mean, you have to look past that. Like, look how they think about like the world, or just I don't know, people they surround themselves. Oh, another thing too, the lady that he had first. I don't know why this bitch ain't in jail. I can't remember her name, but y'all figure out once y'all get on there. But and she was an adult. She also participated in molesting these girls. She's a pedophile as well, and she also recruited them. She was one of his little recruiters. They said she was pretty and sophisticated and and educated. So that's how she got the girls. Look at me. You want to be like me? Come, let me take you somewhere. Whatever the fuck this got. Y'all gotta look beyond than what you see. You know what I'm saying? People will always paint. People will always paint a fucked up picture. Okay, my thing's going crazy. But anyway, just y'all please watch. Let me after you watch it, if you have watched it, please leave your comments below. Please subscribe. I would appreciate that. In the next 3 weeks, I will be having a conversation with just us ladies. We're gonna be talking about sex and human sexual behavior from Black women's perspective. So it's a Black woman's thing. And I hope y'all come through. It's free. It's gonna be on Zoom. Yes, bitches, it's free. I hope y'all come through, and we got to get the conversation going about sex and human sexual behavior, especially from from our fucking perspective. And on that note, y'all be safe out there, and